Hey guys, this is Dan Seifert from MobileBurn.com, and what I have here today is the Samsung Galaxy S2 Epic 4G Touch for Sprint. This is the first Galaxy S2 version to make it to a major carrier in the United States. The Galaxy S2 was released in Europe a couple of months ago. We actually did a full review on the European version of that phone, but this is the first American one, and it's got a couple differences from what we saw for the European model. For starters, what you'll see here is it's got a larger screen. It's a 4.52-inch screen. It's the same resolution though, so you've got a WVGA 480 by 800 pixel screen, and it is still a Super AMOLED Plus screen, so you've got great viewing angles, like you can see here. Really punchy colors, just some of the best visuals that you get on a mobile phone display these days. Below that, you've got your 4 capacitive buttons for menu, home, back, and search. So instead of the European model that had 2 capacitive buttons and 1 hard button for a home key and no search key, this has got the more traditional layout there. Up top above the screen, you've got a 2 megapixel front-facing camera, and believe it or not, Samsung actually included a notification light over here. You can't see it when there's no notifications going on right now, but it is there, and it is nice to see because it is a rare thing that you see from Samsung to put notification lights on its high-end phones. Looking at the profile of the Sprint version, the Epic 4G Touch, you can see it's a little bit thicker than the Galaxy S2 that came out for Europe. The Galaxy S2 for Europe was about 8.49 millimeters thick. This one's about 9.7 millimeters. It's still very thin, very slim profile, but it is a little bit thicker. A couple reasons why, likely because of the 4G radio. This one is a WiMAX phone, so it supports 4G WiMAX speeds on Sprint's network, and it also has a slightly larger battery that we'll look at in a minute. On this particular side, you've got the volume keys. Over on the other side, really isn't much except for the power sleep unlock key. There's no hardware camera key on this particular phone. And then if we look at the bottom, you've got your micro USB port there and a microphone port next to that. The top of the phone, you've got 3.5 millimeter headphone jack and not much else except for the little tab to pull off the battery door. Now if we flip the phone over and check out the back, you can see we've got this textured back cover here, which is very nice to see. Similar to the back cover that we saw on the Infuse 4G for AT&T earlier this year. It's got a nice grippy texture to it, keeps it in your hand pretty well, though it is plastic. Up here you've got your 8 megapixel autofocus camera with a flash. Let's see if we can get this to autofocus here. There we go, and it also will record 1080p video in HD there. Now if we pop open the back cover, you get a look at what's underneath. Here we've got an 1800 milliamp hour battery, so it's slightly larger than what was shipping in the European model of this phone. And then you've got a micro SD card slot there. That will support up to 32 gigabyte cards. None is included